President John Dramani Mahama, in the lead up to the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, pledged to cancel the E-Levy. This commitment was reaffirmed by the Finance Minister designate Dr. Kaisala Tuforsin during his vetting at Parliament's Appointments Committee hearing, where he stated that the E-Levy would be abolished within the first 120 days of the new administration. Channel One News' Jude Duncan engaged stakeholders to discuss the implications of cancelling the tax.
The new Mahama government remains resolute in its quest to scrap the E-Levy, a promise that has received widespread support. Finance Minister designate Dr. Kaisala Tuforsin, when he appeared before the Appointment Committee in Parliament on Monday, reaffirmed the government's commitment to abolish the levy. The big question, however, have public sentiment shifted positively following government's bold decision to scrap the levy years after its opposition?
In a way, it's a good idea. In a certain way, too, it's not. Because when a customer wants to do transfer from his or her phone to another person, they do double charging. Let's say the person is sending 1,000 cedi from his or her account to a different number. It will be double charged instead of the 10 cedis.
I would say it's a good initiative because our customers have been complaining about it for a while now, and if they can take it out, then I think that would be better.
Please, I'm pleading on the behalf of the government to take the E-Levy out of the system, because at first people have been always coming to send so that we the agents have been also benefit from it, but nowadays they have not been coming.
In 2021, the erstwhile Akufo-Addo government introduced the E-Levy as part of its 2022 budget statement and economic policy presented to Parliament. At the time, the levy was pitched as an antidote to concerns about a return to the International Monetary Fund after the scrapping of the road tolls. The tax was to enhance domestic tax mobilization, expand the tax base, and to provide an opportunity for citizens to contribute towards national development. It was a 1% charge on mobile money transfers between wallets on the same or different electronic money issuers, transfers from bank accounts to mobile money wallets, and transfers from mobile money wallets to bank accounts. For some industry players, the decision to abolish the E-Levy in the first budget of this government is a welcoming development, which is indicative of the president's promise to the Ghanaian people despite the potential revenue loss. Francis Timoboy is a tax analyst.
There are many Ghanaians gave them the power because they had promised to take away those taxes. You remember COVID-19 levy and then E-Levy, they are more or less the two controversial taxes that we have ever had in this country. E-Levy, even when they passed it, they had to do a lot of town hall meetings to allow the public accept it. So Ghanaians really did not like it. And when the government came and they said that they are going to abolish it, it was a firm promise. So I think that they have to abide by it because Ghanaians are actually expecting that these two taxes are abolished. Going to IMF is not the reason why we should remove the E-Levy. The basis, the rationale, and then the entire logic surrounding E-Levy was flawed from the beginning, and Ghanaians thought that let's not accept it anymore.
Dr. Engineer Kenneth Ashigbe is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. According to him, government's plan is a necessary step to stimulate growth in the digital economy.
It is important that we begin to see the promises that our political leaders would make, the things they put in their manifestos, that once they say that, they actually mean that. So for me, I think it's very critical that His Excellency the President is actually going to walk this talk. The fact that he had made commitments in this particular direction, and he actually was going to walk the talk. Because before he became president, when he was campaigning, the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication, the EMI Chamber of Ghana, we submitted the telecom manifesto to him. And we had a follow-up meeting on that. And one of the critical issues were taxation. And within that was the issue of E-Levy. And he gave us his commitment that definitely when he comes into power, he is going to abolish the E-Levy. So I am happy that, he's carrying on with it.
Stakeholders have hailed President Mahama's decision to abolish the E-Levy tax within the first 90 days. Stakeholders have said this decision is a major step towards improving the country's digital economy. This comes after Minister Designate for Finance, Keselato Forson, in his vetting today in Parliament, made it clear that his government stands by its earlier promise during the campaign season to abolish the tax, as well as other taxes, including the COVID levy tax, the emissions tax, and the tax on bet winnings. Reporting for Channel One News, Jude Duncan.